Welcome back, everyone, to the Natty 19 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and before we get started here with episode 21, I wanted to get on here and shed some light on what's going on in the Natty 19 world. We're coming out of our special 2-part Camp Righteous standalone episodes, which was so cool and fun for us to work on. I had a blast creating it on my end. The crew had a blast creating and playing their soldiers. We'll most likely cover those details in a behind-the-screen episode coming up here shortly. But yeah, awesome. Because of the marketing push we did for this special, we have a lot of first-time listeners who hopped in to catch that standalone special. But now, moving forward with episodes 21 and beyond, we're continuing the ongoing story arc that began with episode 1. So for you new guys and gals who just got into this with our Camp Righteous story arc, now is the time to get over to episode 1 and begin the actual adventure that we've been working hard on. But enough of this, you guys have been waiting patiently to get back to the crew, so without further ado, here we go. Episode 21, Natty 19. We are back to the Natty 19 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and I'm here once again, full crew.
Heyo.
Hello.
Getting better at that.
Let's get right to it. Unless there's anything anybody wants to address.
Nah, open her up. I'm excited.
Happy to be back.
Where did we leave off? I'm serious this time. Hold on.
So I think we were back at 3C shipping and freight.
I remember.
But Xavril was missing.
Xavril was missing for a good portion of that day. We left off Daniel Devitas. You guys had received a letter, a note from Sindra Sylvain with your next expedition destination. And I believe it was Seek Wisdom in Oralunga. And Daniel was filling in the expedition board.
Yeah, we lit up the chalkboard.
Yep. Let's open this right up with Xavril. I think it was 23 Nidal. Yep, so this is that morning. Xavril, you wake up bright and early before everybody else. You place the note down on your bedding. You give one last glance around the room. Your companions are sound asleep. Irame in her deep trance. You look down at Kapernicus and you snap your whips to your belt holster. You don your lightest hooded cloak from the rack. Its hood hangs, casting a shadow over your face while the short cloak barely falls past your shoulders. You feel you've about acclimated to the hot, humid air. You silently make your way to the thoroughfare, leaving the 3C shipping and freight behind. You move down the street, pausing at the small child selling fruit. You smile at him before moving on towards the Temple of Timora. You take note of the drastic difference the Nyanzara streets appear during the day when commerce is in full swing. The bustling traders trying desperately to climb the competitive chain that ultimately enslaves them to a system that perpetuates the worst traits of mankind. You round the corner and the Temple of Timora stands before you. As interesting as the ideology is, the temple is not your destination, no. You're here for something far more intriguing. You smile once again as you move past the temple towards the ridge beyond. You collect your memories as you move forward, recalling your studies. The shadow fell. It's a dimension of black, gray, and white where most other colors have been leached from everything. It is a place of darkness that hates the light, where the sky is black with neither sun nor stars. It is a place teeming with the undead and other things of wicked nature. Without a doubt worthy of the attention of any who carried the name Dawn Tracker. You crouch down and uncork a small vial. There is enough evidence here to confirm your concerns, all but one small detail. What purpose does the lilac serve? After spending the better part of the day investigating the magic circle on the ground, you're jotting notes, taking samples, what have you. Give me a perception check.
13.
13.
Lucky number 13.
Well, it just so happens that you notice something shift slightly behind a nearby tree. What do you do?
How did it move? Did it, try to mask itself, stay in cover, or did it just seem like it was, walking by a tree?
It appears to be trying to hide behind a tree, but failed its stealth check.
I will slowly make my way towards the tree. About how far away is it?
Maybe about 50 feet or so.
All right, I'm going to slowly make my way towards it. As I'm about 30 feet out, I'm going to call out and ask who's behind the tree. Show yourself.
You hear a voice call from the shadow. What is your business here, Hunter? A hooded figure steps out, and based on the size, shape, and the sound, it's a female half-orc, is your best guess.
You said half orc?
Yep.
Grotesque being.
You still can't see her face, though. It's hooded, cloaked, if you will.
I needed to investigate something. It seems that there is something foul at play here. And what brings you here?
Do you know the person responsible for this ritual by chance?
I may have my suspicions. That's what I'm currently investigating.
What is your name, Hunter, if you do not mind my prying?
My name is Xavril Dawn Tracker. I'm sure you've heard of me before.
I have. You keep foul company, Xavril Dawn Tracker.
That's Copernicus.
Whoa, why are you guys all pointing the finger at me?
Quincy's not that bad. No.
But I will cut to the point. My name is Clem. I am searching for a companion of yours by the name of Kapernicus Hart.
Oh, shit.
And what business do you have with Kapernicus?
It is the business of the Flaming Fist.
Knew it. I knew it. Fuck.
They're coming.
You should know I have no quarrel with you or the others. If you would but deliver a simple message for me.
What message is that?
Unless Kapernicus agrees to meet me on the southwestern edge of the refuse pit after the race tomorrow, he will have the Flaming Fist to deal with. And rest assured, any who share company with the rodent will likely be charged with collaborating with an enemy of Baldur's Gate, should you stand with him during this meeting.
If I see him, I will relay your message to him.
Do not waste too much time, Xavril Dawn Tracker. She turns her back to you and begins walking down towards the temple.
So she's making her way into town?
Yep.
All right. So is she walking past me to go towards town? I'm assuming she was on the outskirts of this ritual, right?
Nope. She's not walking past you. She just turned around, showing her back to you, and she's walking back down into town.
All right. I'd like to make some type of check to see if I can tell any type of markings. Obviously, probably the Flaming Fist, but something specific about her. Maybe walking with a limp, something like that. How heavy-footed she might be, stuff.
Why don't we do an investigation check for this one?
18.
Nice.
You don't really pick up on anything out of the ordinary. Her clothes are all unmarked. You do gather that her clothes are similar to those you're familiar with from Baldur's Gate. You get the hint that she's either new in town and hasn't changed her attire to match the climate yet,
She also looks pregnant with a half-drow baby.
Gave her the old drow finger.
Well, she's not acting with the flaming fist yet. Like, she's trying to meet you individually. We don't know what's going on yet. I'll wait till Xavril comes back before we talk about that. But
That's quite the curveball.
I know, I like it.
You're about wrapping things up at this circle. You've collected as much data as you can from this scene.
Yeah, Cappy, I've had my eye on you.
All right. We're a team, you know.
And I wanted to see if there was anything, the person who was summoned, if there was anything left.
Okay, so you wrapped up your investigation. It took a better half of the day, because while this is going on, you guys are in town meeting Wakanga, and I pronounced her name as Xanthi before, but it's actually pronounced Jonthi.
Jonthi.
I discovered the dramatis personae, and River Mist is pronounced as River Mist. In case anyone's wondering.
Imagine that.
All right.
wasn't River Mist a Dragonlance character?
No, that was Riverwind, I believe. It's been
It's a long time.
I get it. It could have been ElfQuest too, though. Riverwind.
Riverwind,
Okay.
I think it was.
So, Xavril, you've got your vials. You know, you've got a small. You can do some small tests. Your personal portable equipment that you brought with you on the ship to Nyanzaru, but you would love to have a more sophisticated lab. It would be much quicker if you had an actual laboratory. However, you can get your samples tested and figure out what you need to using your personal kit. It's just going to take some time. It could be weeks for the results you're looking for. Is there anything? Where would Xavril be going next at this point? It's a little after noon at this point. Did you have anything else you wanted to do in town, shopping wise, or anything like that?
No, actually, I'm kind of intrigued by my findings. I think I would like to get those situated first. Maybe I would take a stop by 3Cs, see if anyone is there. Try to find, some type of scientific location that I can actually conduct research on this stuff.
All right, you make your way back to the 3C shipping and freight. Petrie is there along with Daniel Devitas. He's wrapping things up. He looks like he's gearing up to head out. Daniel is. So, Xavril, anything I can help you out with? Everybody else is already out shopping. Did you see him out there?
No, I have not seen him this morning. You've made some contacts around town, right? I have a favor to ask of you.
Yeah, what is it? What can I do for you?
I would like to do a little bit of a investigation on some stuff that we found throughout our trip. And I was wondering if you knew of any place which, had some type of alchemical workbenches that they might be willing to let me use.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I know of a place that can help you, but I don't know them personally. I haven't quite reached that far yet. You're talking arcane type things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Temple of Savras. It's out there in the better portion of Nyanzaru. It's actually surrounded by all the villas of all the merchant prince villas.
Thank you for the information. Where are you off to?
I gotta go meet a guy about getting a racer in for the dino race coming up here in a couple days. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of late. I'm running a little late here, but if you, I don't know any of the protocols or anything like that, but I'm willing to bet that those guys up in the temple can help you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. If you have any more questions or if you need anything, I'm going to leave Petrie here for the rest of the day.
All right, good luck with your race, as I'll make my way towards my bunk.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this to the others, but if you want to get in on, if you want to place any bets, let me know, and I'll contact my bookie. I'm trying to lay off the gambling myself, but going the other route. If I can get a racer in there, then I'll get a cut regardless.
I may take you up on that offer.
Excellent. All right, Xavier, I'll see you around, bud. He bites into a fruit and he leaves.
Of course. Squirts Petrie in the eye.
He says, I'll be back in a little bit. And he heads out.
All right, I'm going to go collect some of my books and my writing materials, and I'm actually going to just kind of wander around town.
You wander around town, just taking in all the sights, trying to gather as much information as you can. The only interesting thing, well, there was a few interesting things, but what was really interesting is you heard a little bit of buzz about a renowned author that you're familiar with, an author/adventurer by the name of Volo Thamp Gadarn. And he just so happens, according to the buzz, be arriving in town today, or has already arrived at some point today, to try to move his new book that he had recently finished. As the day wanes, you mosey on back to the 3 Cs, I'm assuming, to see if these guys made it back. Now, at this point, you guys were getting back from your meeting with Jonthi, was the last one you talked to, I believe. And Daniel Devitas is back. Xavril, as you got back, Daniel was there and a messenger was leaving. The messenger bore a letter with the wax seal of the Sylvain estates. Daniel broke it open, and as he's reading it, the rest of your companions walk through the door. You notice Quincy, did you bought a new robe or something like that, right? You bought some...
I was trying to find finer clothes that were more in style.
I think you purchased some.
Portnoy and Zaro.
Yeah. Right. Would you already... Is it something that you could just throw over and you donned immediately, or did you bring it back packaged?
I'd have to change, yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah, you know, your friends walk in, they have some shopping bags, they got like a Cinnabon.
We still look like scrubs.
They got a Cinnabon cup in their hands, a Marshall's
like
bag.
Roasted cashews.
Like they had just gotten out from the mall.
As long as they're not boiled peanuts.
And Daniel Devitas, and then of course Daniel Devitas hands Arame the letter, the note, and Arame reads it, and it says, "Seek wisdom in Oralunga. This is your next destination." And Daniel immediately gets up, starts writing it on the board. In small writing, it says you can seek passage with the Order of the Gauntlet. They're leaving in a few days down the Sachenstar River to the new camp that they had established.
Back down the Sachenstar.
And that is where we left off.
Mr. Don Tracker, good to see you. I'd wondered where you'd gotten off to.
I just had to take a walk around town, clear out some thoughts in my head.
I do not blame you. The trials we've had in the jungle. It's good to be back in civilization.
We caught wind that Volo's in town. You must be excited.
Out of character, I'm going to fanboy over him later on, but yes. Yes, I heard that he's releasing a new book. I plan on picking it up.
Daniel pipes up and he says, "Listen, I told Xavril a little bit about this, but I went to a meeting today to see a guy about getting into the races here coming up day after tomorrow."
So all the while these guys are talking, Irame is going to be kind of sorting through her stuff.
So Daniel continues. He says, "Yeah, I saw a guy about getting a rider for the races. I'm not sure it's going to come through. I was wondering if one of you guys be interested in jumping in."
I do not feel that is for me, Mr. Devitas.
"I've already got the Triceratops.
I'm skilled at many things, but riding dinosaurs is not one of them.
All you need is animal handling."
It actually seems kind of fun.
It
I have
seems
a
something more up
plus one
Xavril's
animal
alley.
handling.
All right, Quincy, I knew I could count on you.
No. I do imagine Xavril would be better suited.
Believe it or not, but I am not.
He's being modest.
He is a natural. Look at those whips.
Xavril.
I can't remember who. I just when there was two people with at least two people with +1 for animal handling.
Cappy has +1, but he's
I'm
not
not
riding
proficient
dinosaurs.
in it, but I do have a +1.
It seems a unnecessary danger.
Riding a Triceratops, How often do you get to do that in your life? I will race.
All right, Xavril.
Good show, Mr. Don Tracker.
So it's getting dinner. Dinner is probably in about an hour, hour and a half. If you guys want to do anything before then, it's probably only going to take maybe 20 minutes.
Do we want to go meet the half dragon dwarf dock manager?
The harbor master is actually right up in that area where it's right around the corner from Wakanga's villa. If you wanted to leave a little early and hit him up on the way
let's try
by.
to tie up some loose ends. Maybe stop by, see Dewshine on the way.
Before we leave, I'm going to pull Kapernicus aside.
What can I do you for?
So I was in town today, and I ran across an old friend of yours. They left a message for you. They said that they would like to meet you tomorrow after the races. However, I believe they're mistaken. I believe the races are in 2 days. However, they said that they are from somewhere in Boulder's Gate. They're known as the Flaming Fist.
I have no friends in the Flaming Fist. Who was this person?
They went by the name of Clem.
Irame is quietly eavesdropping this
When you
entire
say
time.
the name Clem, it's like all the human features in Copernicus's face just drain out, and it's just like a pissed off looking drow standing in front of you now.
That's not possible, friend. You must be mistaken.
Where else would I have gotten that name from?
She's a half-orc. You can tell him that. Sorry.
Irame pipes up. I'm supposed to be eavesdropping, but she was a half-orc.
That was out of game. You wouldn't know that.
She's dead. Are you sure the sun wasn't playing tricks on your mind?
Again, that is the name they gave, as I will sound a little bit more stern. They wish to meet you tomorrow. After the races. At the southwestern edge
Of the refuse pit. Oh.
If I go to that meeting, there's a good chance I'll never come back.
Irma's going to expose that she's been eavesdropping, and she's going to say, surely you won't go alone.
They said anybody that is with you will suffer the same fate, collaborating with an enemy of Boulder's Gate.
Do what alone? What are you all talking about here?
They said something about Clem meeting at the refuse pit.
Irma's going to...
Everyone's eavesdropping.
I was thinking Zimwabi came in as well.
Irma's...
Is it reasonable? I mean,
would be.
yeah.
Who is this Clem?
Irma's going to straighten her shoulders and push her glasses up her nose and say, then I am an enemy of Boulder's Gate.
That's well said.
I would like to more overtly stand by your side, Copernicus, but I may choose to disguise myself. I hope it does not cause offense.
Of course not, Quincy.
My family has many ties, or trying to make a name for ourselves in the gate.
It's worth noting, as a reminder, the current condition of Baldur's Gate was the rulers hired the Flaming Fist, which was usually a mercenary group, and since then they've kind of taken on the role of police, essentially, in Baldur's Gate, so they've grown quite comfortable as playing that role, so they may as well be full-time and full-time Baldur's Gate protectors, so to speak. Everyone in Baldur's Gate knows better,
So Copernicus will rummage through his bag and pull out the one of the pieces of the Krugen sphere he has.
If Clem's still alive, this is what she wants. She helped me acquire it, and then decided she was going to take it for her own.
What is so special about the Krugen sphere, other than it opens the portal for your
Wife to return?
for Sybil, and she in turn is supposed to grant you your wife.
Yes, but
It all sounds very shady.
Clem is a master of deception and lies, and what she would do with it would be far worse than anything I would ever do with it. She can't be trusted. She should be dead. She fell from a 3-story building.
That was 3d6 points of damage.
She fell from a 10-story building. I didn't think buildings would be that tall in Baldur's Gate. But it was the tallest one.
There were spikes at the bottom. Picket fence.
In a fence, yes.
That was 3d6 points. She could very well be alive.
It's all fall damages? Oh, it was more than that.
It's a d6 per 10 feet.
Oh.
Well, no wonder she's still alive.
Well, you did blast her off, so she must have taken damage
From the blast, too,
as
right?
well.
So-
And it could be more than 3 stories. I don't think that's canon yet, is it?
Maybe she was only level 1.
Yeah, she was level 1 at the time.
Yes, so Clem helped me acquire the second piece of the Krugen sphere, and when she brought me back to her safe house, it was full of flaming fist. For whatever reason, I don't know if she's works with them or not, but they wanted my sphere.
Any house full of flaming fists is not safe, my friend.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, man, the Flaming Fists, they're up to no good. And they're all over this place. Nyanzara's crawling with them. Schult is crawling with them. Can't scratch your nuts without accidentally scratching the nuts of a flaming fist. He bites, Daniel bites the fruit again.
Well, it sounds as if she is to meet you alone, then she has not gotten the flaming fist involved yet.
Yeah, like I said, she's a master of deception and lies, Quincy.
I shall bring my own deception to the table.
Well, we have more pressing concerns as it is tonight. We have a day or two to think about this. Let's handle our dinner arrangements and...
Well, we will follow your lead.
Great.
He looks very uncertain.
Yeah, we're with you, Copernicus. Let's just try not to get the Flaming Fist pounding on our door. It's the last thing we need. Up-and-coming business. They'll crush us. But I'm sure you guys will handle it. And if you need any support from the background, let me or Petrie know.
I guess I might as well be honest with you guys by acquiring the Krugen sphere piece. Obviously, we stole it.
You stole it from the Flaming Fist?
No, we stole it from a merchant.
I think I get it. And the Flaming Fist wanted to steal it too.
I can only assume.
At the very least, this Clem character.
Yes, Clementine.
Ah, my darling.
Ruthless
A wholesome half-orc name.
Ah, good Christian name. Hans Christian Andersen. They should make a Burbs RPG.
Yeah, I would be Corey Feldman. Pizza Dude's here!
Wait, this is the best part! I'll play Bruce Dern.
Swains will be Art.
I don't know the show.
Oh,
Ray!
Shit, we should pause the game and
Yeah.
Throw on the Burbs, dude! So yeah, we've got some developments happening. You've got a bit of time to kill on your way to the villa. You had mentioned you wanted to look for Dushine, the shoe merchant, who had helped you guys in episode 2.
Yeah, so at this point, I've had time to change. We were back at the headquarters.
Yeah. You guys might notice that Irame might look a little bit more like she tried to look nice as opposed to her more mousy, not caring.
I'm picturing
Bookworm south.
the girls with green eyes and Big Trouble in Little China after they get kidnapped by Lopan.
That's what Irme looks like. Ready for the wedding ceremony.
Yeah. She she put her hair up and she...
Bright red lipstick.
Yeah, so Quincy at this point, he's not wearing his expedition gear, anymore. He's dressed in local finery, and he's going to look a little more. You were impressed at first. Not, I'm using the word impressed, not in the way that ooh, but Anyway, the impression you had of him at first was that he was kind of maybe a dandy or something like that, like Petrie, the way Petrie reacted to him. But now he's cleaned up from the jungle, and maybe he looks a little bit more
Even more beautiful.
One of the,
Yeah, more like more gentlemanly, more like.
One of the main descriptions I carried over from Quincy is when we first met him, and you said it almost looked like his clothes were too big for him.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I
that's
mean?
probably still a little bit true because like he can't. It doesn't always quite fit. Like nothing ever quite fits him right. You know.
Right.
So, which makes him look a little bit younger, and then the youth in turn might make him look a little bit more effeminate, you know.
I actually asked John if Irame could have one of those moments in like a 80s or 90s teen chick flick movie where the girl looks like all frumpy, but then she comes like down the stairs all dressed up for prom. And she looks fantastic, and all the guys are like, "You look." Beautiful.
Hopefully he said no.
Yeah, he did. He said no. I was like, well, whatever.
I said, what is this, 90210? Get the fuck out of here.
Jeez.
This is a night on the town, no?
Yeah, Irame will lock her arm around Quincy's arm, like so their elbows meet, and she'll say, "You look dapper, my friend."
You look lovely, my lady.
And then Copernicus will go to lock his arm with Xavril.
Give him the drow finger.
Too many people getting the drow finger in one night, you know.
Nyanzara brings it out.
As is tradition.
Xavril will pull his arm away from Copernicus.
Just trying to have a little fun.
Just trying to have a little fun before I die. Asking around, it doesn't take long before someone points you in the right direction. Down in the anchorage, Dewshine managed to set up a small stand where he can record orders into a ledger, and even behind the small podium, a simple cobbler workshop where he can work.
We can hear him in the distance. Ha ha!
I almost had that ankylosaur. You should have seen it.
Yeah. I'll approach Dewshine's.
As you're approaching, he recognized you immediately. Ah, what a day it is to be casually visited by heroes of yore. And what do I owe this honor?
You flatter us, Mr. Dewshine. It is not a casual visit, though, I am afraid. I come for business purposes.
Oh, I'm excited to hear. He breaks out his ledger. He's like, what can I do for you?
You say you are a cobbler of sorts, no?
Oh, yes, I am. Yeah.
You see, I have a younger sister back home in Baragost, and I would like to send her something with a Chultan feel, the styles of Port Nyanzaru. Some boots, perhaps. Or some
of course.
shoes.
Absolutely.
Something befitting of a young debutante.
Do you know her roundabout size?
Oh, yes. I don't know what the...
6.
7. 7's
Six.
average.
How old is she?
Or is she younger?
She's younger than Quincy.
I would
So
go
probably
7.
a teenager.
I
6.
was fucking close.
Let's go 6. Let's go 6.
Yes, 6 it is.
Smaller than Christy's feet. Her feet are smaller. Than
I don't even know
Christy's
her size.
feet. Teasing.
7 wide. I got fat ones.
I go wide too, just so you know.
You wouldn't think. Yeah, so something with a Nyanzaru, something of the styles of Nyanzaru.
Of course, Quincy. I know just the thing. She will love it. And he jots it down in the ledger. I will get started immediately. Is there anything else I can help you all with?
I am glad to see you in business, sir.
I'm getting there, Quincy.
Mr. Dewshine, I've brought a gift back for you from the depths of the jungle.
Oh, Copernicus, you shouldn't
For your
have.
bravery in that Ankylosaurus fight.
I am intrigued.
He'll unbuckle the scimitar from his side and hold it out to him. And he says,
This is Yuanti steel. We took it from a fierce warrior, and it is coated with Yuanti poison.
Yeah, as he's touching it when you say that, he kind of stuns him for a second.
This is a weapon fit for a true warrior like yourself.
Copernicus, I don't know what to say. This is amazing.
That's the least we could do.
I look forward to training with it. Maybe someday I will become an adventurer. That would be swell, wouldn't it? He almost chuckles at himself.
Perhaps I will keep an eye on your shop while you travel to Sashenstar.
I'm hoping this will eventually move into the more reputable quarters of the city.
I look forward to your +1 movement speed boots that will be coming out shortly. Heard about your new line.
I have no doubt that you'll see success here.
I hope you're right, Arame. It's like I do not know what to say. I am blushing. He's fanning himself. Is there any particular place I can bring you these shoes, or will you be returning?
Yes, when they're ready. The 3 C's Shipping and Freight has a headquarters over by the husbandry.
Oh, okay.
You cannot
yes.
miss it. The
All right.
sign, I'm embarrassed to say, is spelled incorrectly.
You can follow the smell.
That is not all too uncommon for the signs to be misspelled in the Tairiki anchorage. I will deliver them personally.
I appreciate your attention, Mr. Dushine.
Good day, sir. We have pressing matters now.
Oh, absolutely. Do not let me hold you up any longer. And he immediately gets to work as you guys leave his...
It's good to see Dushine doing well.
Oh, Petrie runs up. His hands start moving. Irame, you understand. You're beginning to get it. You hear him say...
I see him
See
say.
him say?
Yeah, Mr. Devitas. Yeah, Mr. Devitas had a favor to ask, and he holds up that iron token.
Irme will kind of crudely sign what she can as to, what I'm supposed to do with asking what I'm supposed to do with it.
Mr. Devitas requests that when you see Sylvain, if you could inquire of this iron token.
Okay. Irme will take the token and sign to Petrie that she understands, and she will.
He smiles happily and nodding, and he runs back.
Is there a place nearby to get some armaments, some weapons?
Where you guys were earlier, in the harbor ward, there is somebody who deals with armor and weapons. Yep.
We don't have to roleplay it out, but basically Quincy wants to find a crossbow. He definitely felt like useless at range.
A regular one.
Yeah, regular like a light or hand crossbow rather. If you just let me know how much it costs or if there's any haggling check or
Yeah,
anything
you
like
look it up real quick. The same merchant also has enchanted +1 daggers
Ooh.
and +1 Yakowas, but they're 500 gold each.
I don't have that much dough.
500 gold each for the +1 daggers.
+1 dagger and +1 Yakowa.
What's a Yokoa again?
It's like a spear.
That's what Zimwabi
fights
uses.
with, yeah. But I never pictured it right in my mind.
Payday's coming,
I picture
right?
it kind of
on the
like a
25th?
long spear or pole arm of some sort, like not like a throwing spear, but like a long spear or something.
Irme would like to purchase 2 of the +1 daggers.
Holy shit!
Oh, they're 500. I'm sorry. I was thinking 50. Don't listen to me. I want to require... I don't want any of those.
I was like,
I thought you were
interesting.
revealing. I thought you were revealing like Aramay is filthy rich.
Yeah, she has
How to buy 2
she has a family fortune.
2 magic weapons.
No, as part of my thing, I had the... I mean, you guys don't know this yet, but because of Irme's family, she started with a little bit more gold than the average person. But definitely not that much gold. In my brain, I was thinking 50, not 500.
I thought that was
Silly.
a good reveal. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Awesome.
Crossbow is 25 in the player's handbook, so was that...
30.
Oh, 30?
30. Is there any haggling check? Any
I kind of pre-haggled a little bit.
Oh,
And,
okay.
so it's going to be probably 45 gold pieces, and you can haggle.
Okay. Do you want me to roll anything? Or?
Yeah, roll a charisma persuasion.
22.
Ooh.
And you win. Get it for half.
How much was
So
that?
27?
Get a light crossbow. Does that come with some bolts?
Those are extra.
I imagine.
Oh, did you ask me a question?
Yeah, did
Did
it
it
come
come
with
with
bolts?
Yeah.
Alright.
No, you got to buy a quiver of bolts. How much is a quiver of bolts? 5 silver?
Sure.
All right. Let's
Yep.
Not
I'm
looking
gonna
through
bother to
again.
haggle with that. Yes, you see, I grabbed the longbow from our fallen foes out in the jungle, but I am not proficient with such a weapon. So if anybody wants a longbow,
It's actually 1 gold piece for 20.
oh, for 20, yeah. All right, so Just pay the 1 gold piece.
So now you're already in the harbor ward. Now you can see your destination not too far from here. The entrance where all the merchant princes are, all their villas. It's like actually I'll show you on the map. It's surrounded by giant wall. All right.
That's where all the merchant princes live.
Yep. Is within this wall here. And we'll once again for the listeners we're gonna mark this map like we have been so far, and we will post it so everybody can see it. So yeah, right before. So if you keep going straight instead of taking the left to go up the stairs through the wall into the merchant villas, you can keep going straight to where the harbor master resides.
Does anybody remember his name?
The harbor master is
Zindar.
Zindar. Yep.
He's a half gold dragon.
He's trying to race you. I got it first.
Fucking Quincy.
And why were
Whatever.
we gonna go to Zindar?
He's the harbor master.
Yes.
He might have work for us or something.
The harbor master.
Yeah, so he was supposed to have a job that
okay.
Jonthi was funding the reward, was spotting the reward for. When you asked about details, she said you'd have to take it up with Zindar.
So Zindar is the person with the job, then. It's tough when you don't play for a little bit.
So you guys make it in there. You immediately, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of you have ever seen an actual half dragon before.
No.
I don't think I have in any D&D ever.
Yeah, so when you walk in, you immediately are just taken aback at his. He's a half gold dragon. He's very majestic.
Nice.
What's he look like?
I don't have a picture of him. Well, I might, but
How big? Like, how big is he? And
I
What
don't.
parts of him are dragon?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, just says half dragon. So I guess whatever we.
he's not a dragonborn. He's half dragon. That's different? Half dragon? It's different than dragon?
Honestly, when I first read it, I assumed dragonborn until you made that difference,
Distinction.
That distinction. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay.
For some reason, I
interesting.
do think that they're intertwined in some way.
I got him
Nice.
coming through.
Almost exactly what I pictured. I'm impressed.
All right, and I guess we can also
I
post
thought
this to
he'd
the
be
Tumblr.
taller.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have any wings. How disappointing.
He has an awesome crest, though.
He does have an awesome crest.
Yeah.
And
I
no
thought his
tail.
claws would be longer. Like talons. A little
Look at
bit more
those talons on the feet, though.
Yeah.
I heard he shoots lightning bolts from his arse.
He's got a pimp outfit, though. Gotta say, for a harbor master,
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
damn.
He's brass Kapernicus.
Well, he is a merchant prince.
I believe
so-
they shoot fire
No,
out
he's
of
not a
their
merchant
eyes.
I
prince.
thought you said the harbor master was a merchant prince too.
Nope. I
Who-
said Jonthi.
What a gold
Oh.
dragon shoot.
Jonthi was a merchant
My
prince.
apologies.
Is brass fire? Brass is fire for
He's
dragons?
gold.
He's
isn't he?
gold.
Oh, he's gold. It's gold fire as well?
I believe so, yeah.
Aren't
Yeah.
metallic dragons evil?
No, the
No,
opposite.
They're good.
Oh.
Chromatic are evil.
Yeah, metallic are good.
Okay. All right.
And I think, at least in Pathfinder, the difference between brass and gold, they both breathe fire, but one's a line and one's a cone. Something like that.
Oh yeah, and the gemstone dragons, they were like neutral or something like that. Like remember the gemstone dragons?
Onyx.
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't remember if they were neutral, but yeah, I kind of remember they had them.
He appears busy. He's jotting some things down in ledgers, and he spots you guys, and he says, "Is there anything I can help you out with? Perhaps you're seeking a guide for the jungles. You look partially the expedition type. The name is Zinda. I am the harbor master here in Port Nyanzaru.
Yes, Mr. Zindar, we were told to come see you by the merchant prince. What was his name?
Jonthi.
Her
Jonthi.
Her name. By the merchant princess Jonti.
Oh, I see.
I believe that you have a job for us.
Well, truth be told, I had just sent a team out. They were... The fella, what did he say his name was? It wasn't him specifically, but he had a team. I believe his name was Sinpa.
I think we are familiar with Simpa, and believe me, this would not be the first time that we have had to follow another team and clean up after them.
I see. He seemed confident in his team's ability.
That may be so, but I do believe that we still have much to offer, and I'm sure they could use the assistance.
Well, fair enough. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the details, and I'll leave it up to you. Come into the back here. Picks himself up, and he walks into this back room, rickety door.
As we follow him, Irme is going to look at Quincy and give him like a look that she's impressed with his confidence with Zindar.
And Copernicus will whisper to Quincy,
Who is Simpa?
The Tabaxi,
Oh.
whose Ankylosaurus ran loose, or whose Ankylosaurus was cut loose.
Yeah, we can do better work than
Cut
him.
loose.
Feel much more confident and comfortable in the offices of these kinds of people than in the jungles than in strange jungles.
It's like, well, the name of the job is pirate hunting. I've got 3 specifically I've had my eye on.
And maybe Quincy just like tries to hide in his face that he becomes a little more humbled with this.
Well, let me tell you, these 3 pirate captains, they've been attacking merchant ships heading to and from the Bay of Chult. The ships are called the Dragon Fang, the Emerald Eye, and the Sturge.
Yeah, the Sturge.
Does that tickle your ass bone?
Fond memories, friend.
He says, I'll tell you what, for each pirate ship that's captured and brought into this port, I'll give you 2,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
And that's paid for in full.
And what if we just sink him?
Well, that's a little different.
That is true, and what if the ships are sunk, like Kapernicus says, but we still manage to bring a pirate, or at least evidence that the pirate is dead?
Capture of the pirate captain, you'll get 500 gold pieces. I'm more so interested in their ships. The Dragon Fang, the Emerald Eye, and the Sturge. 2,000 gold pieces for delivery of each ship.
And 500 for each captain.
500 for each captured pirate captain.
Then be prepared to offer us 7,500 gold pieces, sir.
The ball
Irme's
is...
looking around like,
Me and Quincy are old pirate hunters.
perhaps we are biting off a little more than we can chew.
If I was out here any longer, I'd be likely to pick up some pirating myself.
that's right.
Perhaps one of these ships is going to be worth more to us than the 2,000 gold pieces from this fella.
I always wanted to be a pirate. I've got decent sea legs.
Quincy, you're taken back to Berkeley. And you've got a good eye for the stars. You really felt that. Yeah, you could take up a navigation post confidently.
I can imagine a life of navigating the stars and piloting a ship being much more fulfilling than swatting flies in the jungle.
Ooh,
Much rather keep my
the
feet on the
podcast
ground.
might take a fucking turn, boys. Go pirating.
But what of the death curse?
Listen to what you're saying. We couldn't even steer a canoe back to town.
Oh, we made it back to town. Fine, Mr. Dawn Tracker.
You're much less likely to get wet on a large ship like that than a canoe, Xavril.
Just when that canoe shattered into all those pieces, I saw my life flash before my eyes.
I'm sure a ship by the name of the Dragon Fang would be able to withstand the attack of a plesiosaur.
Well, I told you the job. Yeah, I got other guys on it. If you want to pursue it, then that's up to you. I'll put the ball in your court.
Do you have any leads where they were last seen, perhaps?
Last seen, somewhere in the Bay of Chult, sinking merchant ships and robbing them of their cargo, I imagine.
Hey, is this the first time we've heard of them? If they're actually... Oh, what bay?
The Bay of Chult. The Bay.
The Bay, yeah.
The Bay of Chult. So
All right.
that's the job he's got.
All right.
That is
We'll keep that in mind.
way bigger than
That
I
sounds
thought.
terrifying. Maybe we should level up.
Yeah, and perhaps we do have another job on the horizon as well, correct? And that is to travel to Ziggurat.
Oh,
Or
you're
Lunga.
asking me as a DM, or
I'm asking you as a DM.
Perhaps you can over dinner ask, press Sindra for details or Wakanda.
Oh, so Syndra will be there.
Maybe, maybe not.
She fucking better be.
So we may have options as far as a job.
Yes.
Options are good.
I just spoke a high game, and I'm afraid that if we do not follow through, it could reflect on the reputation of the 3 Cs.
During that whole conversation, I imagine Irame's eyes as round as her glasses frames, looking at Quincy.
A little sweat.
A little
I
sweat
know, right?
bubble above her head, not touching her.
Japanime, fucking.
Some mango leaves, some fine ale, and the hot Chelton sun encourages one to speak boldly.
Hey, you holding out on me? You got some leaf?
Oh, Kapernicus and his mango leaf addiction. What have we done?
You got some leaf?
Oh my god, I have so many ideas to do little, like, comic cartoons for us.
Do it.
Do
That'd be awesome.
So yeah, you're getting to be about that time now. After the time spent with Dushine, after with Zindar, you're not late yet. You're maybe about a 10-minute walk from, as per directions anyway, that you were given, Wakanga's villa.
Well, let's be on time. Irame can be fashionably late. You can have your moment.
All right.
Walk in, we all turn our head.
As you guys approach the villa, a large black iron gate stands fully opened, leading you into the outer courtyard, which is teeming with a luscious garden growing in all manner of things ranging from colorful flowers to delicious-looking fruits and berries. Several scantily clad women hum in melody as they tend to the plants, whispering and giggling as you approach. They politely bow their heads slightly as you walk by, and 2 guards stand firm on either side of a large portcullis leading into the villa, and right as they appear to speak, an elegantly dressed butler emerges from within to greet you. Ah, you have arrived. Were my directions difficult?
We managed.
He says, please, come in.
Quincy will gesture for Irame to go first.
Xavril, being the last to follow, you glance up over your shoulder to a balcony belonging to another neighboring villa, and you notice a woman casually staring down at your party, her face covered in a lightly flowing fabric veil, making it extremely difficult to capture any details. As you lock gazes for a moment, she slowly turns to walk back inside of her villa. You turn to catch up with the rest of the group, acknowledging that, at the very least, someone else has taken an interest in your arrival. We'll see you next time.